Good morning. It's Monday and I'm Nancy Joy. Recuperated now and grounded back in my body from the journey to Egypt. There's been a lot of action, actually, and expanded comments and things coming toward me from my book lately, which is great. But the part that seems to be striking a chord profoundly right now is in Chapter 10, and it's the section where Rose is in the Temple of Ekbalam in the Yucatan, and she goes into her altered space wondering what exactly is her heart. What is that all about? And she has an experience where the heart actually talks to her in the form of a group of Mayans on the step and just really shares the depth of what truly the heart is all about. And so I've been guided through some of my sessions this week and in using parts of this to help people. I've been guided strongly to take this in 12 sections like it's presented in the book, 12 little vignettes that the heart says, paragraphs, if you will, and take one a week, maybe not every week because other things will come up that I feel are important. But this is truly important right now as we move into the shift of consciousness. And so we're moving in, we are aligning to the black hole of our galaxy. If you know the Big Bang Theory, matter is created out of the void, out of the black hole. And that pinpoint out of which our entire, perhaps, universe was created, we are now in a cycle where we are aligning to that. Now, physical things cannot go into a black hole. Matter cannot go into a black hole. Only consciousness can. So truly, the predictions in the Mayan Calendar seem to be pointing to the fact that what's really going to shift its axis is our consciousness from one of duality to one of unity consciousness. And so what's going to guide us? There's only one thing. Yes, spirit and our beliefs, but our hearts. Our hearts are the seat of our soul, the place from which we can learn and find the truth if we understand it. So this is the first quote this Monday morning from The Wounded Heart. And this is what Rose heard first from the heart. Your heart unconditionally loves you and always will speak the truth in love. There is absolutely no judgment in your heart. If you hear yourself criticizing or blaming yourself or someone else, it is not your heart you're hearing. The heart knows no right or wrong. Listen to that. The heart knows no right or wrong. All of that comes from outside the heart. Your heart only knows love and will speak to you of love, compassion, and freedom. Well, that's the quote. But the part that I really want to concentrate on is the heart knows no right or wrong. If you find yourself judging yourself or someone else, that's not your heart. That's your mind patterns, that's your egos, your emotions, all parts of the lower self that are coming up for you to understand and to heal. And how on earth can we truly, we talk about unity consciousness and we're all one, but how can we be all one when we're criticizing, especially ourselves? Ouch, the lack of self-love, and others. When you hear yourself criticizing others, it's yourself you're talking about. Of course, you know this. But here's the part I want to get to about right and wrong, because until you can really understand this, I don't know that we really will understand our hearts truly. We came here as souls to learn, to grow, to heal, and to bring everything back into unity consciousness that was fractured and split into male and female, right and wrong, left and right, dark and light, however you want to look at it, negative and positive, to bring that all back into integration and into unity. That's the true shift. So we are creating experiences that will force us to bring this about inside ourselves, to bring our emotional selves into our heart, our lower selves, and our higher selves together into integration so we can restore unity consciousness and create our new reality. But we can't create a new reality based on the old views. So, you hear heart language, the heart this, my heart's broken, I feel this in my heart. Do you really understand it? So that's what this is all about. And this part about right or wrong is the first crucial step. And you might say, well, there has to be right or wrong. If someone murders someone or rapes someone or abuses someone, they must be held accountable. Ultimately, we live in a society, and this is true. But won't it be nice when we live in a society where there is no murder and no rape and no child abuse, etc.? And so as we're shifting our consciousness, it's important to understand that whoever was abused and whoever abused them had a soul contract. They agreed on a soul level to this experience. Now, this is hard for people to truly grasp, because if you have cancer, you're not going to want to believe that that was your choice. But as a soul, it's not the human perceptions, it's not the family patterns and the mind patterns that you're used to. It is the pure essence of you that you're talking about. So whatever you experience, this is part of it. For instance, on my trip to Egypt, I mentioned a beautiful woman named Alexandra from Switzerland, who on the second day was run over by a laundry cart in the hotel. Not funny. And she actually broke her hip and had to have a hip replacement in Egypt. I mentioned this. Well, now, as the healing process goes for her, for the group, for what we were there to do, and for our planet, it had profound effect. It wasn't wrong, and it wasn't negative. Now, it may bring about feelings that are deep and dark for all of us to understand and feel, and that's the true wisdom of the heart. That's the first step to understanding. And I want to leave you with this knowledge. I've mentioned it before, but when a human being is formed out of duality, out of the sperm of the man and the egg of the woman, and they come together and they create, the 2 cells create 4, the 4 create 8, and that's called the zygote. And the next cells created out of that integration are the cells that create the human heart. So the human heart, physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, is where the unity consciousness is coming from. And the sun represents the heart metaphorically. Our sun is aligning to that galactic, to that center, to that black hole. So the heart speaks. That's what this section is called. I'll be reading a new piece of it every Monday, hopefully. And I hope you'll tune in, because this is important. It's important to speak about, to understand, and to grow with. So take a moment to close your eyes, feel your heart, feel about right and wrong inside yourself, and see the journey that your heart can take you on. I look forward to sharing further with you next week. Have a great week, and we'll be back to you soon. Bye.